Hi guys, it's Megan Mansfield here, and I just kind of wanted to recap on what we talked about yesterday. In yesterday's video, we talked about show ring attire and show ring etiquette. Thank you to all that liked and watched that video. We definitely appreciate it. So today we're going to kind of dig a little deeper in the show pig industry, and we're going to be talking about ear notching. So what is ear notching exactly? Well, it's a permanent identification that we use in show pigs. It's similar to a brand or a tattoo. So this is the ear notcher tool that we use when we notch baby pigs. We do this when they're 2 to 3 days old, and we disinfect the ear before we start. So we pretty much have an assembly line, so we have a couple different people, pretty much 3 people, and one person holds the pig, the other one notches, and the other one gives them the antibiotic, and then we let them loose back on the sow. So we are going to talk about ear notches again, like I mentioned. This is something that is really, really important, especially when you're picking out your show pig projects. But it can be a little confusing at first, but once you practice a lot, like I did, it's easy as can be. So we're going to talk about it. So I have my whiteboard here. So the first thing is we have to know what ear represents what. So our right ear, which is the pig. So remember, it's not our right ear, it's the pig's. We're looking at it from the pig's perspective. So our right ear is going to represent our litter number. The left ear is going to represent the pig number. Some people usually get it confused, like, oh, the left ear equals the litter number. That's wrong. I'm going to set this down. And I'm going to put a little R, and I'm going to put a little L. And I'm going to, so we know that obviously the right ear equals the litter number and the left ear equals the pig number. So that's kind of what we can reference to. So now I'm just going to write down a simple ear notch. So the way that this ear notch would be pronounced would be 1-2. So 1 would equal how many litters were born that year. So let's say this litter was born on January 2nd, okay? This would be the first litter of the year. Now at our show pig program, we start and we relapse our litters in January. So let's say we had 20 litters in the year before that. So we had, let's say, 20 litters in 2019. In January, if this litter was born on the 2nd of January, this would be our first litter born. So this is litter number 1. The pig number represents what pig and the order that they were born. So this would be pig number 2 that came out of the sow. So I kind of like to think of it as a first and a last name. So the pig has a first and a last name. The first is their litter number. Their last name is the pig number. So now that we have that, I'm going to keep this notch down here. So we split our ear into 4 quadrants. And if you look really closely, you can see a dotted line. And I'm just going to draw over that with my green marker so we can see that better. So, our litter number, we have 4 quadrants. And we would have 5 notches. We have 5 different areas on this ear specifically. So on both ears, the pig number would have 3, by the way. So for both ears, this quadrant down here on the very bottom of the ear would be quadrant number 1. Write that for both sides. So that would be number 1. And for each quadrant, you can have up to 2 notches. The middle of the ear, the middle section of the ear, would be quadrant number 3. So that would be both sides of the ear. Our top part of the ear would be quadrant number 9 for both sides. So the pig number, we have all of our notches here. For the litter number ear, which would be our right ear again, our tip, the tip of the ear, is worth 81. And then this part of the ear, the very, very top of the ear, closest to the eyebrows, would be quadrant 27. So these are our notches. So we're going to draw, I'm going to use dots to symbolize the notch on the pig, how we would notch at our house. So again, we have 1-2. So litter number 1, pig 2. So 1-2. That's how it would be pronounced again, 1-2. So the litter number, since we have one quadrant, okay, we will put it in the very bottom of the ear. So that was where the notch would go, is where the dot is, that is where the notch would go. So our litter number ear, we're finished with, because that was the first litter of the year. The pig number, we would do 2 notches, again, because you can have up to 2 notches per quadrant. We have 2 polka dots. Now, I didn't do it as well on here, but it's recommended to just space them out when you notch. So this is what it would look like where the dots are. We have litter number 1, pig -2, so 1-2. So let's try a different one. We're going to try a more difficult one. We're going to work our way up. So we're going to do litter number 5, pig 8. So litter number 5, pig -8. So 5-8. So our litter number, it was the 5th litter born in that year. So this also requires a little bit of math. It's just adding simple numbers. So we would do, since we don't have a 5 quadrant, we would do 3. Oops. And again, for the 3s, we like to start in the middle of the ear. So 3 plus 2 would equal 5. So we would do 2 notches in the 1 quadrant. So again, 3 plus 2 equals 5. So that is our litter number ear, or the right ear. So now we're going to move over to the left ear, so the pig number. So right off the bat, we know, okay, so 3 plus 3 is 6. So we must have to do 2 notches in the 3 quadrant. So we would do them in the middle, just to space them out so it doesn't get confusing. So that would be 6. So we know, okay, 6 plus 2 gives us 8. So we would do 2 notches there. So it would be 5-8, litter number 5, pig number 8. So now we're going to get really difficult. This. Again, if you keep on practicing like I did, it's easy as can be. So we're going to do litter number 90. Oops. Litter 90, pig 11. She had a pretty big litter. So again, we don't have to do it all the way around the ear because again, we have on the very tip is 81. So I'm just going to actually erase this. And I'm going to put a big dot. So that was where the notch would go for that, would be 81. And again, our litter is 90. So for the 9 quadrant, so 81 plus 9 would give us 90. So you would have 2 notches there. So pig number 11. So, okay, we don't have an 11 quadrant, but we have a 9 quadrant. So we're going to do 1 notch for 9, and then we're going to do 10, 11, because 9 plus 2 would give us 11. So that would be your ear notching system for that pig. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure again to leave us a comment, and hopefully you will take something from this. Definitely appreciate you guys tuning in and watching, and we will see you guys soon. Thank you.